Sul, the now Fredeshay the Sims, and when last we left off, Dave is in the best mood that it's possible for any sim to have. 5 bars in the green, which is brilliant. I never thought that Dave would be as happy as he is right now, and Yvette is coming over to say hello. Will that go well? We'll find out another time, because we're not focusing on Dave today, we're focusing on Samuel here. Samuel needs to make one more family friend and gain one more point of creativity so that he can get potentially the final promotion that will ever work on him achieving. The main reason it's going to be the final one is that beyond this point it's going to get very difficult to get all the family friends needed to gain promotions. I mean, right now he has to get 3 of them, and that's hard enough with the amount of people in this household, which is a grand total of 1. You'd better get up here, Samuel. You have things that you need to do. Or alternatively, there we go, you're now up. But before you go and water those plants, because I've no idea why you didn't get up before, you need to make the bed, so that no flies appear. Because as we all know, if there's at least the tiniest bit of mess, flies will just spontaneously materialize out of nowhere, and cause havoc. You just make that delicious meal that is of Ooh, something's happening. Or maybe nothing is happening. Oh no, Samuel, don't eat that food. That food will make you unwell. The game tried to warn you, but you just wouldn't listen, Samuel, and now peril will befall you. Or alternatively, nothing will befall you, and you'll have a delicious meal that for some reason includes a lemon. I'll point it out right here. Do you see that little dot of yellow there? That, I think, is a lemon. It might be a potato, but I like to think it's a lemon. A lemon for breakfast, eh, Samuel? Whatever gives you all the nutrition that you need, eh? And that hunger bar is going to be pretty much full. In fact, the hunger bar is at maximum, which is marvellous. This might be the only meal that Samuel needs in the whole day, which is very handy. Get rid of that plate, and then work towards improving bladder and hygiene, and then we'll work on our masterpiece, or at the very least, paint enough so that we can get that 4th point of creativity. The art easel is not a terrible way to earn money. If you have maximum creativity, I think you can sell things that are worth about 500 simoleons, which isn't bad. You do have to put a lot of work into making them, and it does provide fun, which isn't terrible, considering that almost all jobs in this game, in fact I think all jobs in this game, provide absolutely 0 fun. Even if a sim could theoretically enjoy a job, they don't enjoy a job, which means that you have to work on improving your fun when you're at home. We're going to be ignoring the carpool because we don't need to go to work today. We have other things we need to focus on, like making that 3rd family friend. What we need to do is think about who we're going to ring. Let's start by eliminating the obvious. We're not going to be ringing Dog. Mainly because Dog can't answer the phone, and even if we did make friends with Dog, it wouldn't count as a friendship for the purposes of gaining a promotion. If only it did, eh? If only it did. Don't mind me, Carpool. You've wasted a journey, unfortunately, because we're not going to work today. We're going to paint. Paint like we've never painted before. Because we've never painted this before. Well, probably to this artistic skill, anyway. 3 creativity is not terrible. 4 would be better, however. And then the carpool left, a little bit grumpy, to inform our boss that we're not going to work today. That is the person in the car, not the car itself. Imagine the car going, "Hey, he's not coming to work today." "Darn it! Thanks for letting me know, sentient car." "No problem." And then the car drove off. What we want to do now is we want to go and water these plants, and then get rid of these newspapers, and ring somebody to come around. There we go, 1 done, and 2. The house is looking absolutely fantastic. We'll get rid of that, and then we'll ring somebody. But who do we ring? That is indeed a mystery. Well, apart from Mortimer, I think Mortimer will currently be at work, so we won't ring. Ooh, that is the phone saying, "Hey, guess what? You were late to work," and we're going to ignore that because there's no reason to answer. Mainly because we already know what's happening. Unless this is like, "Hey, we want to give this guy free money. Why isn't he answering the phone?" And then Samuel ignored the phone. He might run over, using his free will, but he doesn't seem that interested in doing so. Oh wait, he is going to. We're just going to ignore that and just stare at the rug here. There we go. And now we tried to answer, and there was nothing to answer. You're a little too late there, Samuel, but mainly because I made it that you were too late. And why does he press the top part of the phone where there wouldn't be any buttons to ring someone? Who knows, eh? We're going to ring Cameron here and invite him over to say hello. And then we'll talk to him a lot because it's pretty much the only way that Samuel can reliably make a family friend. Would you like to come round? The answer is, would I pass up a chance to spend time with you? Never. I'll be right over. That is curious because we really don't know each other whatsoever. We have one on the long-term friendship. I think we'll have a nap. There we go. You just rest there until Cameron comes round. There he is, just on time. We'll greet him by shaking his hand and then talk to him about quite a lot of things. You need to get up off the chair to do that, Samuel. There you go. Go and say hello. In fact, you're wearing exactly the same clothes. I get the feeling you two are going to get on just fine. And is Cameron going to tease Samuel as soon as he walks into the house here? I imagine, yes indeed, he will. He's that kind of sim, and we don't get along very well with people that tease us, so we're just going to focus on talking about things. Who wants to guess that Cameron likes talking about parties? Because everyone loves talking about parties. Let's find out, shall we? Does he like parties? The answer is everyone likes parties in The Sims. We need to get this to at least 50. Ideally, we want to get it up to 60, so we're going to have quite a lot of conversations here. And just let them speed by. And 4 mood in the positive is really good considering the fact that our energy is really starting to dip. Hunger is going down a bit and comfort is not great anymore. And fun could use some improvement. And that conversation ended abruptly when we started talking about money. Cameron does not care much for money, but 14 in the short term is pretty good for a nice foundation. We do need a fair bit more, though. I'd ideally settle for about 60 or 65, and then we tell him to go and work on keeping these needs up so that we can go to work in the best mood possible. The promotion will be a substantial one. It won't really improve Samuel's hours, however. The hacker career has some of the worst hours in the game, but it compensates by having absolutely fantastic pay for the level you are in the career. It actually has some of the best pay at the very top. And I have got Sims in the past to the very top, albeit by having quite a large family of Sims to help maintain family friends, and actually loading into other households so that they can maintain friendships on their side. It is a large amount of effort to make sure that people get the family friends required. Also, there is a vast amount of social options here. Does Cameron like pizza? It seems like Cameron doesn't like pizza. He and Dave would not get on whatsoever, but they do like talking about mountains, which is always good, and dolphins, also a conversation topic that they both share an interest in. Excellent. I do like the fact that if a sim doesn't like a conversation topic, they'll change it to something else in the hopes that they'll find something they can agree on. You can change topics if, for instance, you're eating food or playing chess or watching television, but there is no television in Samuel's house, so watching television really isn't an option. We could compliment and we could give a hug, but we're going to talk about interests some more. Interests pretty much is a neutral one that allows you to bypass the problems with, say, a foul mood. If, for instance, Cameron was in a very bad mood, he would by default not accept a hug, and then there would be a significant negative. He also wouldn't accept a compliment, and certain things like teasing or a joke might not go down well either. But I don't think Samuel really is the joking type, although we have learnt that he does like gossiping a little. Also, that is not good. We really need to do something here. We could serve dinner, which might help. Serving dinner would definitely help. And now he's going to the toilet. Maybe that was why his mood was so bad. A meal probably wouldn't go amiss, and 20 simoleons is a good investment. We're just waiting to be teased here, and we're going to let him... He's queuing those actions up. He's really interested in doing that. But we're not going to let him, because we have food to serve here. Where are you going? Are you going outside just to get some fresh air? I've got some bad news for you, sir. We have food available if you would like it, and I imagine he would. Let's hope that this doesn't do what it normally does when Samuel decides to eat food, and that is tank the friendship by having them talk about things that confer lots of negatives. He's talking about football, which gives a plus to Samuel. is it going to give a plus to Cameron here, or is that just going to give a big negative? We could have him play chess, but I don't think Cameron is the play chess kind of person. Let's find out. Nope, that is a negative. We really need to stop this right now, mainly because that's just going to make things far, far worse. We're going to walk over here and talk to him some more. We'll let him eat in silence there. The more that he eats, the more those needs go up, and the longer that he'll hang around for. Our energy is kind of suffering, but we need to get that final push towards getting a family friend. You can just leave the plate there. We're not bothered about the plate being there. We will talk to you about interests, however. I was about to say we could talk about dogs, but that generally doesn't work that well either. Are you in a better mood now? The answer is that you are in a better mood, which means more conversation can ensue. And this might be the first time that Samuel has left a plate out to be remain on the table, apart from when he accidentally served dinner and it just sort of hung around on the side until it went mouldy. We'll deal with all of this later. Do we have that family friend now? We really need that family friend. Before it gets too late and Cameron decides to leave. And he will leave when it gets too late, or he gets too tired. Aha! One family friend! Marvellous. Mission accomplished, eh? Now what we need is to have Samuel go to work in a good enough mood. We might as well make sure this family friend endures so that we don't have a chance of losing it if we don't get a promotion on the first day. I think that will probably be enough, and then we'll say goodbye with I think we'll shake hands here. There we go. Thank you very much, Cameron, for becoming Samuel's friend. This, unfortunately for you, is only a temporary thing, as I imagine eventually you will be ignored and forgotten when Samuel eventually gets that promotion and just focuses on everything else in his life. We're going to clean that up because we don't need to have that anymore, and we might as well clean that up too. We are very tired. I think going to bed is certainly a great idea. Ooh, bills are here too. We might as well pay them first and then go to bed. Here we go. How much money do we owe the generic sim authorities? The answer is 399, which is more than before, but that does make sense because we now have a far better bathroom. This is why you need a better job to maintain all of the things that you get. Even if you had, for instance, a lot of money lying around, you'd eventually just deplete it by all those bills if you had a very bad job. And we are literally about to fall asleep here. It is going to take a while for us to recuperate all of that lost energy, but not as long as you'd think. We might even be up at around about 3 in the morning. Will we be up at 3 in the morning? I think the answer is, oh, he is up immediately at 4, which is great, and he's going to actually, I think right now you need to do that first and then make the bed, because you're going to be running to the toilet, I believe. Will you run, Samuel? Yes, indeed. That would have been a terrible thing if we'd have done that the way he intended, by eating, and then unfortunately he'd have wet himself, and that would have been terrible. There we go. We'll have you now have breakfast after you've made the bed, and then you'll use the toilet and take a shower. Why not? And then after that, you're going to have to read a book, I think, because you don't need to work on improving any skills. You just need to work on gaining that fun bar. We won't actually be using the toilet for that long because bladder is so high already. We don't have that long to improve fun, however. Fun needs to go up very quickly, and it's not going to go up fast enough. But we'll try our best. We'll just wait a little while here. If we go at about past, we'll have the best chance of improving our chances of getting promoted. There we go, Samuel. Go to work and hopefully things will go better. Let's see the difference between room here. It does go down substantially. Not enough, however, to reduce our mood from 4 to 3. Will we get promoted? The prospects are quite good, and there was a phone call we completely missed, and that one definitely wasn't about missing work, because we didn't miss work. Have all of our efforts paid off? Have we finally got that promotion we've been working so hard for? The answer is yes. You have been promoted to game designer. Good thing you've gotten so creative of late. Turns out your ideas for games caught the eyes and ears of the powers that be. Now the pressure's on for you to deliver a game script that will capture the public's interest as well. I was about to say imagination. That works too. This also means that you get to work nights, since that's when the engineers are at the office. You will now work from 2 till 11. Those are not good hours, starting immediately. You brought home 610 simoleons, and you got a bonus of 1,220. That is a lot of money. We just made a hefty amount of simoleons that we will be spending eventually on some very nice things indeed. Perhaps a better fridge, or a better oven, or better chairs, maybe even a better sofa. Who can say, eh? But we have a lot of money to play with now. And we have a lot of things we need to get if we wanted to get promoted again. We'd need 2 more family friends for a total of 5, 2 points of charisma, a point of logic, and 2 points of creativity. It is most certainly worth it if you can manage to gain that amount of family friends and skills, but I don't think Samuel will be focusing on that. We've reached a very good point here, earning 610 simoleons every single day. I mean, we could work for 1 day out of 3, and we could earn enough money to eat all the food we want, and also make sure that we could pay the bills, and basically have a good time of things. Now it is time for Samuel to bask in his success and consider buying a few new nice things to spice up his house here. He may even add an extension to his house, perhaps a room over here. I don't know what that room would be for, but I do have a few ideas. Just a couple. We may work on improving, for instance, the chairs that he sits on, or anything else like that, and we need to adjust the way that he sleeps, or what time he sleeps anyway, because his work is now very antisocial. 2 until 11 pretty much eliminates the possibility of him talking to anybody who has work at a reasonable time, because they'll be at work when he gets up and has finished eating and having a shower and everything, and then when he gets back from work, nobody will be around for him to talk to. And that is enough fun for Samuel there. He's like, no, I think I'm done. And he would normally put a book away, but he's not going to, because putting the book away would involve him actually stepping over there. Once you get rid of the task, the book will just fade out of existence. Maybe we can sell this painting off and earn a fair amount of extra money. Maybe Samuel might buy something in celebration of his new promotion. He can't buy a better bed unless he buys a double bed, because the double beds have the comfort that's the highest and the energy gain that's the highest at 10. I think that painting is now done. And that is 6 simoleons, which will pay for precisely 1 pack of crisps with 1 simoleon left over. Not the best amount of money, but hey, he got the promotion he was looking for, which is fantastic. Let's have him go to bed, shall we? Maybe he'll be able to spend all of that money at some point, but I can't think on what right now. The only thing I could think on is building an extra bit of house over here. But what purpose would that bit of house have? I've no idea. We could also have a door here too, for 2 ways to get into the bathroom. For if he's in here, he could then go this way, or he could go this... Actually, there'd be 3 ways into the bathroom. You can get as many ways into the bathroom as you need, but only 1 person need to use the bathroom at any one time. We're gonna have to clean that, I think. Yes, indeed, we shall. And now, Samuel can focus on making absolutely loads of money and becoming fantastically wealthy, and letting his various family friends here languish, with the possible exception of his brother. We don't need to have any family friends to maintain this job. We only need to make sure we go to work in a good enough mood. There we go. Time to eat that lemon, Samuel. The lemon of supreme promotion victory. Well done. You have achieved what I didn't actually think I'd be able to do, which is getting to a reasonably high level in this job, and with that comes all the spoils of massive amounts of money. You just want to put that in there. Excellent. And I don't think we made the bed either. We'll have a shower and then we'll make the bed. We might want to actually work on our cooking skill and improve that even further. Maybe we'll get to a point where we only need to have a quick breakfast before we can improve our hunger to absolutely maximum. That would be really good. And bladder there, the need will rise to maximum. In no time at all. Literally in a couple of minutes in sim time. Which is actually very quick in sim time. We could get rid of that. I mean, that's just sort of there and it hasn't really done anything. We could replace it with something more expensive. It's around about this time when you have lots of money that you just start buying things you really, really don't need, like expensive paintings and expensive items that confer room and a chair that has a minimal amount of increase. Like, this chair is pretty good, but we could work on getting a chair that is even better, or a bookshelf that's even better. There's a very expensive one that confers the same amount of fun but a tiny amount of room for a colossal increase in price. But when you have tons of money, that's just the sort of things that you end up doing. Like the amounts of money that Samuel has here, with 5,469 simoleons, and nothing to spend it on that's essential. Maybe we could improve all the wallpaper and the floors. That might actually be a good idea. Maybe not the walls and the outside. Or maybe we will change everything! We just get the builders to suddenly move in, and in 1 second, everything changes. It would be interesting if the game had, people actually coming in to change things, like moving around and retiling the bathroom here and putting new wallpaper on. But no, everything is instantaneous in the world of The Sims. Absolutely everything. And when we come back, folks, Samuel has achieved a great thing indeed. A promotion with the minimal amount of extra effort. He did have to skip work, but the payoff was most certainly worth it. I mean, getting a promotion and 600 simoleons and 1,200 simoleons in a bonus is most certainly worth the 400 that he lost. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Dag dag.